What is going on, everybody, and welcome back. You are not going to believe the chaos that just exploded inside the Cleveland Browns organization. It's as if a bomb detonated in the middle of their front office, and now the smoke is clearing to reveal a scandal that could shake the entire NFL. This isn't your typical loss or another routine postgame meltdown. No, this is a full-blown accusation that threatens to expose the Browns' entire operation. The spark? None other than Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson, one of the most respected legends in football, who just went nuclear on head coach Kevin Stefanski. What started as a criticism of questionable coaching decisions has now turned into a public execution of credibility. Eric didn't just question Stefanski's play calling or strategy. He called him something far worse, a liar, and not just about football. According to Dickerson, this lie runs deep straight into the heart of the NFL politics, race relations, and the treatment of Deion Sanders' son, rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders. It all started with confusion over Shedeur's injury before the Browns game against the Patriots. On Friday, he practiced with zero issues, running drills, throwing lasers, looking every bit ready to play. But by Saturday morning, out of nowhere, the team added him to the injury report with a mysterious back tightness. And by Sunday, just hours before kickoff, he was ruled inactive. His replacement? Dillon Gabriel, who went on to implode yet again, throwing 2 interceptions in a humiliating 32-13 loss. But here's the twist that made Eric Dickerson explode on live TV. He claims that this wasn't about health, it was about control, about optics, about blackballing. Dickerson revealed he has sources inside the NFL who told him this wasn't an injury, it was sabotage. A deliberate move by a coach who never wanted Shedeur on the team, who allegedly wanted to keep him buried behind Gabriel, no matter how bad things got. And when Dickerson looked straight into the camera and said, "This was a lie, it sent shockwaves across the league. Let's talk about what really went down." Shedeur himself told reporters after the game that sitting out wasn't his decision. Those were his exact words. He said, "I guarantee I'm going to be good." That's not the voice of a player with a bad back. It's the voice of someone who was benched under false pretenses. Meanwhile, Stefanski tried to sell the story, saying Shedeur came in with tightness on Saturday and that he didn't feel comfortable playing him after warm-ups. Except there's one big problem with that excuse. Witnesses at the game said Shedeur looked fine. He was moving, throwing, smiling, doing full drills before kickoff. There was no visible pain, no grimace, no sign of struggle. Yet somehow, Stefanski decided, based on instinct, that Shedeur couldn't play. To many fans, that explanation was insulting. To Eric Dickerson, it was infuriating. He's been saying for weeks that the league has been quietly blackballing Deion Sanders' son, and this incident to him was proof. The Hall of Famer didn't just make wild accusations, he came with receipts. He revealed that his inside source from within the NFL confirmed this wasn't just a coaching decision, it was organizational politics. He said it plain, "It's different for us. Black players, especially outspoken ones, are often held to a different standard." Dickerson pointed straight at Deion Sanders' larger-than-life persona as the reason behind his son's struggles. According to him, many in the NFL don't like Deion's confidence, his media presence, or the way he's built a brand outside their control. They can't handle that level of influence and they're using his son to send a message. They don't care for his dad, Dickerson said. And with those words, the scandal took on a life of its own. Think about it. Shedeur Sanders was once projected as a first-round draft pick, maybe even top 10. Mel Kiper Jr., the most respected draft analyst in the game, said he'd never seen anything like Shedeur's drop. From first-round locks to fifth-round mystery, that doesn't happen without backroom calls. Teams don't just forget about elite talent. They make decisions together, quietly, politically, to send a message, and that message was clear. You may be Deion's son, but you don't run this league. Dickerson believes that same energy has followed Shedeur into Cleveland, where Stefanski's refusal to play him feels personal, not professional. And when you consider how bad the Browns' offense has been, ranked near the bottom of every statistical category, it becomes almost insulting that Stefanski still insists on riding with Gabriel. 2 wins, 6 losses, and an offense that can barely put up 15 points a game. Yet he won't give the rookie a shot. That's not football logic, that's ego. Even the Browns owner, Jimmy Haslam, praised Shedeur's work ethic earlier this season, calling him disciplined and serious about the game. So how does the head coach justify ignoring his boss's public praise? The contradiction is glaring. Either Stefanski is quietly defying ownership, or the organization as a whole is pretending to support Shedeur while privately undermining him. Either way, the optics are disastrous. And when local media tried to step in and say the injury was legitimate, it only made things worse. Fans weren't buying it. They saw what Dickerson saw, a setup, a coordinated effort to hold back a player who represents something the establishment doesn't like. Change. Deion Sanders has always been a disruptor. He doesn't just coach football, he preaches identity, faith, and independence. He teaches young men to control their narrative, to speak up, to build their own brand. And that's exactly what terrifies the NFL old guard. They want company men, not confident stars. They want soldiers, not leaders. So when Deion's son walks into a locker room with swagger, charisma, and belief in himself, the machine pushes back. Eric Dickerson, who lived through similar treatment in his own career, knows this better than anyone. He said he hates seeing it happen again, especially to a young player with so much potential. He sees a mirror of his past, a system that punishes individuality when it doesn't fit their mold. And yet, despite all the politics and whispers, Shedeur's response has been pure class. No angry rants, no bitter interviews, just faith. He posted on social media, "The greatest lesson I've learned through it all is not to worry, but to lean on and trust God in every situation." That kind of composure is rare. It shows the character that Deion has instilled in his son. While the organization tries to silence him, he's letting his calm speak louder than their excuses. And legends like Dickerson notice. He said, "I'm a Shedeur fan. I'm a Deion fan." Because he knows real recognizes real. He's not defending Shedeur out of pity. He's defending him because he sees the bigger game being played, one that goes beyond touchdowns and wins. So where does this go from here? The Browns are a mess, their season slipping away, and their leadership exposed as fractured. Reports already suggest they're scouting new quarterbacks for next year's draft, which makes the current situation even more absurd. If they're already planning to replace both Gabriel and Shedeur, then what's the point of keeping Shedeur benched? Unless this isn't about football at all. Unless it's about humiliation, about proving a point, about keeping Deion Sanders' son in his place. But if history has taught us anything, it's that you can't bury true talent forever. You can delay it, you can scheme against it, but eventually greatness finds a way. Shedeur's story is far from over. He's got the heart, the talent, and now the support of one of the most respected voices in football calling out the corruption around him. And when his time comes, whether in Cleveland or elsewhere, he's going to make every single person who doubted him eat their words. So now, the question goes to you. Do you believe Eric Dickerson is right? Is Shedeur Sanders being blackballed because of who his father is? Was that a back injury real, or was it a cover-up for a coach trying to protect his own job? Should Kevin Stefanski be fired for how he's handled this entire fiasco? And will Shedeur ever get a fair chance to prove himself in Cleveland? Or does he need to escape before it's too late? Drop your thoughts below. Let's get this conversation going, because this story is far from finished. If you made it this far, you're the real MVP. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring that notification bell, because we are just getting started with this saga. The truth is coming out, and trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next.